I hear music and stream. Always a good sign. Do you?
That is a good sign.
I'm not being echoed. You're not being echoed? I think we're good. I don't hear the stream when I talk, but that's not a big deal.
So weird.
I don't know. It's just, it's funny. Here's what we've learned about doing this podcast many times. There's always weird things that happen. You know, always strange things.
Yeah, and it's never the same damn thing, so you can't just fix it.
Welcome to pre-show. Join us on this pre-show journey through the stars on Podcast Land.
I'm going to add us.
You're going to add us?
Into the scene.
Oh, have you, you know, it's funny, I was listening to you and Kevin today, and you guys were talking about Dr. Disrespect. When I see him, I picture that guy from the Ride the Mad Rocket.
Yeah,
to
yes,
the stars.
I do
not
too.
To be stopped now. Love rocket music. Go.
Of course I do. Are you kidding me?
Okay, good. Because anybody with the it's the glasses, the mustache, and the hair. I mean, that's what it is.
Okay, it's about to get real ugly up in here. But
Whoa!
that's okay.
You guys get a look. Look at this. You get this pre-show look behind the curtain. So we're doing something different tonight. We're just gonna hang out for a little bit.
We're trying
Start
it.
the show. I'll dance to entertain you. Going around.
Oh,
I'm
technical difficulties, Tom, but also trying something new where we just
I'm like
hang
a
out.
living person of the internet. Look at this. I'm like part of the internet. I'm
You
dancing
wish.
around.
Don't look at my tabs. Oh.
Tom Servo, we'll get your opinion here while we're at pre-show. You see, for many times, we have always done the show. Music, going. Music goes down. I do this scripted, cold open thing. The same description every episode for a long time.
Years.
Let's face it. I changed the first thing. And now that we've modified the show, let's face it, the description's always the same. The description's always the same. The only thing that changes is the featured thing. So tonight I was like, why do I even still do that? Maybe we should do something different. And we'll just hang out. We'll talk a little bit. We'll have the music going. And then when we're ready, we'll just start the show. You know? Why not?
It's true. It's true that he did say that. And we were just like, you know what? Let's just go with it. Tom's the only one who shows up at the pre-show anyways.
I mean, Deuterino will be here and go hide in the bushes. That's cool.
Illuminati.
Sometimes Dan stops by. You never know.
It's true.
A wild Dan appears. He uses awesomeness. It's very effective. That's what I think about Dan.
It is very effective.
Just gonna dance.
This is the music we needed last time.
I like that our heads are about the same size. It bothers me when one of our heads is bigger than the other.
Well, when we whipped them out and compared them.
That's my OCD, I think.
No, I know what you mean. Actually, I'm slightly smaller.
I'm just gonna keep dancing in my square here.
Slightly smaller.
It's like we're the Hollywood Squares, but not.
Ooh, I like this one.
Oh, this is Anamanaguchi. It's not Helix Nebula, so I don't like it.
Shut up. This is a deep cut. This is a deep cut.
Blah, blah, blah.
This one's called In the
God,
Basement.
My face just looks ridiculous. I need to like shave this or do something. I don't know. This is just dumb at this point. Look at this mustache.
If this is what your face looks like, I don't want to know what your penis looks like.
Look at this thing.
At least you can grow one. Looks great.
I can't eat soup though.
You look like you're gonna ride to work on your bicycle.
You want to go for a ride?
A mustache ride?
Yeah.
You ride the type of bike that doesn't have a bike seat, don't you? Gross.
Yes.
You want to start this thing?
Yeah, let's do
You
it.
want to kick it?
I think we're in a good place now.
Okay. I'm gonna bring this down. And you know, we got
When it's
to
time to
have
go.
this right here. Wait, that's the net lift bit? No, we can't do that. I can't read.
Welcome back to another episode of Fluxtaposed. I am Jason Lacey, and I am joined by my good buddy, my good friend, Mr. Lucas Roach.
Hi, this is different. I like
This
it
is
though.
different. We're in a new place. This is different. We're we had a new show intro, sort of. We'll let you know, guys. We're interested to know what you think of it.
It was a detro, like a D intro.
I don't know what it was. This is Fluxtaposed, episode 276. This is Tuesday, August 27th, 2019. Welcome to the show. We record live every Tuesday night. Twitch.tv/Fluxtaposed. Lucas, whenever you're ready, you can go to the main show overlay.
Oh yeah, probably should do that.
Happy person.
There you go.
You guys, we decided, you guys listen, you guys that aren't here in the live show, you didn't get to see what we did. We decided, we've always had this quasi-scripted intro, but it's always the same. Why do we do it? Let's try something different. So if you want to come and hang out at the live show, we're just going to be chilling, dancing in the pre-show. We're just going to roll into the show whenever we damn well feel like it. And maybe it's a good idea. Maybe it's not. I don't know.
Is anything we've ever done a good idea?
Right now, it feels like the right choice for me.
Oh.
It feels good.
It's all I've ever cared about.
Did I feel good?
Yeah.
Okay.
The right choice for you. What makes you feel good?
Perfect. Well, should we get the particulars out of the way? We'd love
Sure.
you. We would love for you to join us on Discord. Fluxtaposed.com/Discord gets you an invite in the server. Again, we stream live every Tuesday night, twitch.tv/Fluxtaposed. And if you're so inclined, you can hang out with the other awesome members of the Legion at patreon.com/Fluxtaposed. Lucas, I hope you are in a good place because, man, the past 7 days have not really been kind to me.
7, that's a long time.
They have not been good, man. It's been I was in a shitty place come Saturday. I was in a shitty place.
Is it any better now?
It's better now. It's a lot better now. Let's see. The show I talked about last week. Okay, the StabiliTrak. So where did I leave off with that? I can't remember. What day did I tell? Was I taking it to the shop yet? Was that the?
You took it. You took it, and you said they were gonna have to do a bearing and they cleaned off the thing.
So the cheap fix, of course, did not work. The problem still persisted, so we had to have a new sensor put in and a new wheel bearing. And the only reason I can account for that is probably it might be policy for a shop by shop basis to do both of them. But there could be a chance that if the bearing has some corrosion and crap in there too, that's going to trip you bad readings anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, that second repair is equal to the amount of the first repair, so I just got double dose and no money.
Yeah.
Last week in car repair, so that sucks. The problem has been resolved, so that was good.
Good.
And then you're like, okay, you recover, you're good. Let's keep going. Then Saturday rolls around. I take my kid to swim class. He does awesome again. We're driving back from swim class, cruising on the highway. All of a sudden, bing! I'm like, what? Check engine light comes on in my car. Like, son of a bitch!
Not the Equinox, your Caliber?
My car that I drive to and from work.
Yeah.
Pretty much only.
Jeez.
So just like, what the hell? So I take it home. I'm just like, so like that feeling of like, what next? I'm just feeling so like distraught and squashed, and I hate life, and I just feel like we're caught in this endless loop of blackness, and we're never going to recover from all this horribleness. I take it to O'Reilly's. I have them scan it. It comes up with this error code. I look it up. It could still be a variety of things. Essentially, it points to an issue with, so on your engine, you have an intake, which, the airflow, the air is directed through the intake, through an air hose into the engine. And typically you have, for your different cylinders, you have openings that allow the air into the engine, and they have flaps that open and close. They're on hinges and they're lubricated. They open and close to allow airflow into the engine based on the acceleration. So when you're first starting your car, those are closed. If you're going full out, those are going to be wide open to allow as much air as possible. One of those is giving an error that it is stuck open, which is odd because I was driving on the highway. So you think that would already be pretty far open anyway.
Yeah.
So it's weird that it threw that code then. It also could be a sensor is bad. There's a bunch of stupid things. I talked to you. I reached out to you because I looked some stuff up online, and there's what appears to be, I think I would be comfortable doing it myself, but as I've never done that extensive of car work, I'd rather do it with someone that's done it some more work than myself. just to have that peace of mind.
Sometimes you get in there and you don't really know what you're looking at, even if it seems simple too, because sometimes it's difficult to identify what the issue is once you do get in there. So
I'm hoping we'll be able to tear it down and just eventually you can just lubricate the hinge that flap turns on, and if this is the case that it's just stuck. That's even assuming that this is the issue. My dad talked to his one mechanic that just did a bunch of work on my car, and he's like, well, based on that code, you take it to a shop, they're going to probably try to tell you to replace the entire intake.
That wouldn't surprise me. Yeah.
Which I don't want to do because that's going to be like $600. You know? So he's like, does it drive okay? I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, I don't want to worry about it then. So I might just, disconnect my battery and reset that light and see if it comes back on. But I mean, at this point, it's got almost 150,000 miles. I mean, I only drive it to and from work anyway. It sounds like it's still drivable even with that error. You just might have some diminished horsepower and some lesser fuel economy. I mean, I'm driving it 15 miles a day anyway.
Yeah.
I don't really take that car anywhere. It's to get me to and from work. And the whole point of that car's existence now is to survive until my other car's paid off. And then that car is going away. And then I plan to buy another car and get rid of it,
Nice.
So it was just like, come on, man, So we'll figure out when we can get together on that. I don't think it's as urgent thing. It just sucks, man. It just sucks that, how does that stuff always happen? Why do we? And then on top of that, then last night my brother's check engine light comes on and his dead battery terminal, and his car would only drive 40 miles an hour.
Oh, gosh. And he has a Caliber too, right?
He did, which he had that problem. He got rid of that. He has a Ford Fusion. That he got rid of the Caliber when he bought a truck with his wife, and then when they split up, he got to keep the truck, and then he ended up selling the truck to my dad, and then with the money he got from that and from the split of his marriage, he bought this Ford Fusion outright, so he completely owns the Fusion. It was a fuel pump, or not fuel pump, water pump. Water pump was shot, so he had to get a new water pump and hose. That was the problem with his car. So it's just like, why do these things? They always
it's the lazy curse.
It's so funny that we were just talking about it, but I'll tell you what, when those sensors act up on the wheels, man, it's crazy because the car, like, you can feel on the gas pedal, you can feel it like try to compensate, and you can feel like the ABS system, like it thinks one of your wheels is out of sync with the other, so it's trying to adjust the car, and then like you go to put the brakes on, and like the power braking isn't there, and it just makes this weird sound. That's kind of weird. I feel bad for my wife. I had to drive it as far as she did that day. It was acting up, but we're through that now. So dealing with that last week through the weekend. I'm on the way to work Monday. One of my team members texts me at like 7:10. I get there like right around 7:30. He's like, there's no internet here. This is what I've tried. What else do you want me to do? I'm like,
I've reset the modem. What else?
So there was a scheduled power outage. Consumers Energy, which is the main power company for our area, brought down the entire grid that my building is on to do maintenance. They did this last month, but they didn't get it all done, so they had to bring it down again. So we knew it was coming. We shut down all of our equipment at the end of our shifts on Friday. Unfortunately, when things came back on, something was weird. So the internet was kind of working. So the first guy in there, the office turned on. Was that nice guy, booted up everyone's PC for him, so they didn't have to wait forever for that. But then when he logged in as many people as he could, but then like IP addresses weren't resolving. The phones were provisioning and coming up. We have all VoIP phones. Those were coming up, but PCs weren't. So I get in. I'm like, okay, what's going on? My computer and my phone in my office isn't getting any connection at all because my phone's not even turned on. So I know my office isn't getting connection. So I power cycle everything. I power cycle our router, both of our cable modem, our fiber modem, and the guy before me had power cycled the switches. I spend like 2 hours like trying to figure this out.
Jeez.
I got this Fitbit now. Usually by midday at work, I have 2,000 steps. I had 2,000 steps by 8:30. So
holy crap!
I was just like all over the office. Needless to say, we couldn't figure out what was going on. We sent our sales half of our team home to work from home, and then we ended up calling in like a IT company to just try to get us up online. And right before he came in, I had our operations team like on minimal functionality. I'm not sure how. This guy comes in. He was there for like 4 hours. He never could figure out what the problem was. and also at the same time, I had the guy who actually installed our network on the way because we've got new cubicles coming in, and he was running cable and pulling cable for those new cables. So those new cubicles. So I'm like, hopefully, he'll be able to fix it. Literally, he's there for 5 minutes and he resolved the problem. I wouldn't even know when to look for this. Now I do. But so here's essentially what happened. So we have our setup is we have our AT&T fiber, our modem there. That's connected into our router, which is a TP-Link router. And then our Comcast internet also connects to that TP-Link, and it's a failover system. So if our main connection, the AT&T, goes down, our system automatically rolls over to Comcast. If that somehow went down, it would automatically roll over to a Verizon 4G backup. So we have a 3-tier backup system. So what happened, and that router occupies IP1, so 192.168.0.1, the main address of the network. That occupies that IP address. At one point, in that closet, there's only one switch. I'm on that switch, and then everything else is routed to another closet, and then we have 4 more switches in that closet for everybody else. At some point, the switch and that router were offline at the same time, power cycling. The switch came back up first, even though that switch had a static IP that it's never supposed to change from.
Mm-hmm.
Something had taken that switch's IP, which that switch was supposed to be on IP .2. Something had taken that switch's IP, which forced it to change. That switch took IP .1, and then the router was still trying to take IP 1. So at the same time, the router and that switch had an IP conflict.
Oh, gosh.
And we're trying to occupy the same IP address.
Oh.
Unfortunately, that router also handles all the DHCP for our entire office and all the DNS assignments. So no devices could get a DNS, an IP address, because the router was down because it's constantly fighting with the switch. So as soon as that was resolved, we put the switch on an open IP address and set the static IP. Everything came back up. But the question is, how did that switch set itself? Because it's written into it's been written in there that it occupies the .2 IP, and it should never change from that. So something happened when the power went down that it like reset that switch's settings, and it jumped its IP address.
Oh my
and
gosh.
created all sort of havoc. So now, I mean, we know how to look for it, but I mean, we were down, like completely down for like 5 hours. It was bad. It was really bad. I mean, luckily I think as a business we recovered and we didn't like miss any shipments for it. But I mean, it's crippling. We haven't been down like that since our old office. And then it just sucks because I want to be able to fix it, but I'm not like, it's not like my full responsibility to fix it, because we know that's not, I'm not a certified or fully trained IT professional.
Yeah.
Especially as we're slowly scaling up to enterprise level. That's not my forte. But you still want to be able to fix it. It makes me feel better that this $200 an hour service call guy didn't find the problem either.
Yeah, that's true.
It's kind of funny. He comes in and he's got, this long gray hair, ponytail. And it's when he left, the one guy goes, did that guy sell you any essential oils while I was here? I was like, no, but he did hook me up with some kratom.
Crystals? Oh, kratom, yeah.
And some chapuli.
Nice.
I mean, it sucked, man. It was like stressful. Like, so Monday was terrible. It was so stressful. And good jumping back though. Yeah, I was in a really bad, I was like feeling really depressed for a lot of Saturday. I was in a really bad spot. And Sean Capri reached out to me and I chat with him, I appreciate him taking the time to do that. And honestly, what really helped me better was, I did PSVG DLC that night with Donnie and Dev.
Oh, you did end up doing that.
2 of these bad boys and knocked me on my butt. And I was feeling really good. Let's just say I was up till 2 a.m.
Oh, God. Sounds
horrible. Because I'm dumb. And then I woke up 4 hours later because my kid was up. And then I immediately regretted every decision.
Yeah, I would imagine. He held up a beer for the audio listeners, by the way.
So, it's been tough. But, ultimately, you can't just dwell on it. You gotta, like they say, you control the things you can. You gotta let the rest slide. I mean, my car didn't explode. I still have a house. I still have a family. I still have a job. Things aren't completely hopeless, right?
It's true. It's true.
But in the back of my mind, I'm like, God, I hope I get a raise at year end. Please let me get a raise at year end.
After all this bullshit.
Right? I mean, God, it's just, now we're having problems with our parent company can't bill or pay us properly on loads. And it's like, and then I'm going to take over billing when we go independent. It's just like, So that's it, man. Really, that's what I've been dealing with. Well, I mean, I feel like, ugh.
It's a weight off your shoulders.
I hate cars, man. I really do. Cars suck.
They can pretty much any major appliance or car or anything that your household depends on working is awful.
I wish we lived in an area where we didn't need a car. You know, if I didn't have to own a vehicle, that'd be awesome.
If you lived in Japan, you could take the train. They rely on trains.
I'd take the scooter.
Ooh, that would be pretty cool.
Take what's the thing? The cart with the guy that runs in front of it. What is that called?
Tuk-tuk? No, that's a three-wheel.
That's a little car and truck simulator.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what it is. We'll figure it out. But yeah, that's enough about me, man. I just
okay.
I appreciate anyone took time to. I did that. You know, that whole
put out your fire
negative tweet. You know, at one point it's just like,
guys, everything's going.
Everything sucks. I hate my life. I'm spiraling into a series of blackness.
I mean, you're almost like a 4 for 4 each week, each day out of, or one day out of the week at least something goes
every
bad.
Every
day
out of the week, pretty much. I was dealing with some shit. Yeah.
Yep.
That's safe to say.
Yep. Well,
then I had a family reunion on Sunday.
Oh, don't even get me started.
Yep.
Well, I will say this: at least you're not sick right now. You got that
Spoiler
to look
alert.
forward to. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that when my son went to last Sunday, he went to Sunday school. Pretty sure some awful parent sent their kid, who probably all snot-nosed and coughing all over. Probably it was you horrible. Got their germs on my son, and then my son brought them home, and then he promptly coughed right in my face like this. Yep, flies right out of the mouth. And he spread his disease, and we are all... And the only reason why I think that is because my wife also got sick at the exact same time. Literally, we both woke up one day.
One person in your house gets sick, the whole house.
It's going to go around, yeah, for sure. Although sometimes if my wife gets sick at work, I usually do well enough to like keep that mitigated to only her, because she knows to not cough in my face, and she, we just try not to have much, touchy, any warm touches or anything.
Don't worry about that.
Well, my wife just said, I hope you told the tomato story in IRL. I don't know what the tomato story is.
That she hates tomatoes still. You put them on her Qdoba.
That's for sure. So, anyways, he coughed in our faces, and now, we woke up and both of our throats hurt, and then I was like, okay, maybe this will just go away.
Were you like, Fox die?
What?
Fox die.
Fox die?
Metal Gear? Fox die. That's what killed the clones. Come on, Metal Gear Solid. It's in there. Do I have to look at
That's a real deep cut for anybody to... I don't know what you're talking about.
Metal Gear Solid in some way, shape, or form every episode.
That's true.
You're telling me it's a deep cut?
I feel like it. Out of that game.
Sorry I didn't talk about the DARPA chief and pooping, okay? Or not taking off a suit. Or, ow, Jesus, my ear. It's cool, bruh.
Well, that's not even really Metal Gear. That's just Metal Gear.
In my mind it is.
I wish it was. So yeah, we both got sick, and then of course, because we already had something to do on Saturday, so that was Friday. So Saturday is like the worst of it. We feel terrible. Well, we're still gonna do this because it's my wife's family's thing that we're doing, so we can't cancel it. Yeah, even though we both feel terrible. So we go do that, and then I'm pretty sure that, which it was worth it because my son got to do. We went to a parade, and then he, at this Bridge Fest is what they call it. They also have rides and stuff to do, and it was pretty cool.
I like how you gave us an update in Discord about your theory still ringing true.
Oh yes, I have a theory that's
the departure theorem.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm going to call it. The departure theorem is that I have to add an hour to whatever my wife says that whenever we're going to leave. I'm like, all right, so if you say it's 3, it's going to be 4. Well, this time it was 2 hours. So,
Ooh.
Yeah, it was bad. And I'm already sick, so I'm just like, come on, can we just go, please? I don't mean to be mean, but I feel shitty. I want to go home. And so I think that contributed to me feeling even worse the next day, and then eventually I'm finally on the mend today, but it was bad. Although last night, I mentioned in the Discord, I was downstairs. I finally got downstairs, and I was just sitting here and I was watching YouTube and not really doing anything, trying to decide if I wanted to do anything or just watch a movie or go to bed or what. And all of a sudden, I started feeling this really weird, heady feeling, like very floaty, almost like I was drunk, but without being actually drunk.
Without the fun.
Yeah. It was bad. And then, like, I don't know, it was like a panic attack. It was really messed up.
Yeah, those aren't fun.
I was shaky, and I don't know what was going on, so I went upstairs and laid down for a little while and ate something, just a small snack or whatever, and then eventually it went away a little bit, but it was still bad, so I just went to bed. Like, I don't know what happened. I felt weird.
When else fails, just go to bed.
Pretty much. I was like, it was one of those things where you're like, I really hope I wake up from this because I don't know what's going on.
I hope I don't die.
I've never felt that in my life. It was so weird. It was not great. So I still don't know what happened. I really don't. I'm guessing it was a combination of I'm doing this fasting thing. I have a limited calorie intake, and I've been taking medication for being sick because I'm a baby. And being sick, of course, doesn't help either. Because I had already felt kind of disconnected anyways from just all the pressure in my head and everything. So, yeah, it was just weird. But, so if I'm not on the ball for the rest of this episode, now you know why. Although I feel like I have been worse on this show before, where I was slowly dying.
Like, barely talking, like,
I lost my voice that one time. I think that was the last time I was sick. I lost my voice the next day. So
I blame Kevin. He's got you on too deep of a workload.
It's true.
We need to really refocus your priorities here.
Although I don't really do a lot of work, as much work as I do. I mean, I'm constantly figuring out technical difficulties on this show because we can't seem to start without a technical difficulty. So it's called troubleshooting.
Maybe we should just cancel the audio and video, and it'll just be a blog newsletter.
Ooh, that we actually mail out.
Yeah, weekly.
I like that. I like
your patronage is postage.
There you go. I like it. I like it a lot. We can use a ShipStation. Dude, so today we went to my son's preschool and met his teacher. It's getting real now. It's so we have the GRPS or whatever requires that you do an at-home meeting, but thank God she wasn't able to do the at-home meeting. We had to do it at the school because I was like, we're all sick. Our house is a mess. My throat is dry. I'm dying. Liquid. He did a good job. He's looking forward to it. I think he's ready. There weren't any kids there, but he's checking out the classroom. He's already familiar with classrooms because we went to Danette's work, and so he knows what a classroom looks like. That's and everything. True. So
it could be an experience with that, and plus Sunday school, kind of like.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how much like instruction they have there, or if it's just.
But there's like still some sort of organization, some whatever. I'm done.
Structure of some sort.
That's the word. Thank you.
I don't know how well he's going to take direction, but he's very happy that somebody's going to listen to him. He wants attention, so he's just constantly talking about, look at this, and look what I found. What is this? What was that noise? I'm wondering how well he's going to be able to... He's probably going to get diagnosed with ADHD or something, because all kids are now. I was when I was a kid, so why not my son? But it's all real. And so, I mean, it looks like he'll be starting preschool next week. We go to the open house on Thursday. So,
I mean, that'll be kind of nice. I mean, it's going to be hard. I'm not getting me wrong, but it's going to be, it's going to be a little nice for you to only have to focus on one child occasionally at home to give you a little sanity break too.
I mean, it is true. It's such a double-edged sword because I'm looking forward to the free time, but at the same time, because I'm like going to be able to work on my car now and get that done. I'll just have Evelyn out with me in her bouncy seat or whatever, because she doesn't even move. She's at like that perfect age where I can get stuff done. But on the other hand, it's going to be a really big change for me because I'm used to hanging out with him and just having that time with him. And he's going to go away for 6 hours in the day and have his own life that I don't really know about. What's cool is that the teacher said that there's a Facebook group for only the people in the class and the families in the class.
That's nice.
And she posts videos, she posts pictures. So like, knowing me, I'll be like, is my kid still alive? Let's see what's been posted on the Facebook group. Okay, he's in the picture.
I
We're all
hope
good.
his teacher keeps her voicemail empty.
Well, I won't call her because I'm pretty sure most teachers don't like to be called.
I know, but
she'll do email, she'll do Facebook text messaging. It's freaking all inclusive.
She uses Pied Piper algorithm.
She does. It's so it'll be a tough change, but a good one for everybody involved. He's at that age where going to school isn't nerdy and lame yet, so hopefully that'll go well. And then lastly, real quick, just my last little story. This happened today. I cooked dinner. Okay, I cooked this dinner. I made honey garlic chicken.
Okay.
I posted it on our Healthify channel.
I posted the recipe on Discord if you want tips and advice. Hit me up at cookingdata.com/Lucas.
I can't do any of those things. But I did post a picture that I made it and it looked pretty good. So I plus anything in a cast iron skillet, just like when it's just full of vegetables and freaking rice and chicken, always looks good. So I posted a picture and I made this meal. Okay, so it takes like, you got to cook up the chicken, then you make the sauce, then you put the rice in and prepare that on the dry rice. Then you put chicken broth in there. Then you put the chicken thighs back on after you browned them, and then bake that for an hour. But the first part took me like 30 minutes, so this wasn't going to be done until like 6:30.
Oh.
And for some reason, with this recipe, I always think it only takes 30 minutes to bake. So I thought I'd be done sooner, like at the latest 6 o'clock. I was so wrong. So we're like, we got to do something else. So I cooked the rest of this thing. And then we just stick it in the fridge to heat up later. And I'm like, I think this is the best I've ever made this damn dish. Like, it's turning out really good. And now it's relegated to leftovers. Like, no one's going to eat this fresh. Ugh. I'm so bummed.
That's how it goes, though, man.
I know. It could be worse. It could be like in The Sims where my stove catches fire.
All my life. Could be worse.
Exactly. So
this episode could be worse.
Could be worse. Yep, I like it. Could be
episode
worse.
276.
Could be worse.
Guess I'll die.
That's me typing. I'll just lay down and die now.
God, that's the worst thing to say because I'm going to talk about this next thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, what a great segue. Asshole.
I was much more emotionally upset than I am right now. I guess I don't know how to feel about it. I saw on social media this afternoon, and I shared the news with Lucas. I didn't want to bombard him on the show. It's hard to say because I guess I'll say a mutual friend. A mutual friend of ours passed away. I found out passed away on Sunday, unfortunately, due to suicide. And it's just like, I haven't talked to this person in 3 years. I think I might have had a fleeting Facebook message conversation, but last time I saw him face to face was like at least. Well, my wife was pregnant at the time, so I know it was before my son was born, and was at a friend's wedding reception. And then we all, Lucas, myself, this friend and someone else all hung out together several years ago, which we had a great time. But, we were all great friends growing up. He's part of our LAN party scene, and I spent, almost every day of the summer over at a mutual friend's house, and he lived right next door. So this is like one of those first people that I knew really well since I was a kid that's gone now. And it's like, they say suicide it's a selfish thing, and you don't, that person is never going to know how many people it impacts, because even the people that you don't talk to every day or haven't talked to for years can be deeply affected by you deciding to take your life. So I guess this is the time that we're going to say to anyone that's ever in a dark place like that, or always has thoughts of self-harm or anything like you are important and you have value, and please reach out to someone. Please reach out to the suicide prevention hotline or anyone. I'm always willing to listen to anyone that is in a bad place, and I would hope anyone would do the same for me. But it's just wow. I just never expected, like literally I'm on Facebook scrolling through my newsfeed and I see somebody talk about him being gone. I'm like, what the fuck? And I go to his page and I see multiple other posts like that. And literally, as I'm reading this, my Facebook Messenger goes off and someone else messaged me and it says, "Did I just see that this happened?" And this is someone I haven't talked to. This is someone else from our LAN party days that I haven't talked to in a long time. And I'm pretty sure I have him blocked, I thought, on Facebook, because he was always an asshole to me recently. So I didn't even talk to him. But still, it's like, holy shit. And just as we've been doing the show, our friend Jared had texted me and was like, "I saw that Ray pass away." And I'm like, wow, it's terrible. This is a young guy. He's 30, maybe, had a great job, but clearly had some sort of dissatisfaction in his life that he saw no way to climb out of. And that's never the way to go. There's always an alternate thing. I know Sean Capri does a lot for suicide prevention awareness. He lost a great friend many years ago, and he raises money every year. He's got a fundraiser going on right now. He's always promoting mental health and spreading awareness of this. And it's just, there's no way I can do this justice to speak out against it. But looking now, that's 2 people that you went to school with that you knew.
Yeah, that's true.
Lost to suicide.
That's true.
It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. I didn't plan on, I've been good with, not drinking a lot during the week, but I thought, you know what, in his honor tonight, so I'm having this next beer, because it's just shit, man. It fucking sucks.
Yeah.
He's gone.
It reminds me, like, Jared and I especially had these inside jokes about him because he was younger, so we did. He was younger.
We had a lot of fun at his expense.
Yes.
But at the same time, though, he was a part of our group, which I think he always liked too, because he was what? How much younger was he? Was he like 3 years younger than you? 4 years younger than you?
I want to say 2 or 3. I don't think it was that much younger.
So for the most part, he was hanging out with a lot of older guys. So he was part of our group. I went. I'm stealing your conversation, but I go over there every day after school sometimes, and John, Ray, and JM and I, we all would play Smash Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
We'd play Diablo. I don't know how many games of Warcraft, StarCraft, Diablo, World of Warcraft, Enemy Territory, you name it, we played together.
Well, yeah, I was just gonna say, like, during those days, we had those jokes, like, Jared and I can't remember who all's involved in which jokes, but we used to say all the mouse balls, because
the mouse balls, yeah.
There was this, we were, for the prank,
you gotta tell the story now.
It was basically, we were thinking of things to do for the senior prank, and Ray had mentioned, what if we stole the mouse balls out of all the lab mice from the computer lab, and we were just looking at him like, this is stupid. Like, who's really gonna?
It's a stupid idea, right?
It's like the most minor inconvenience ever. You just be like, oh, what happened? Especially back then, you just be like, what the hell? And then he goes, yeah, but all the mouse balls, like, somehow that made it like better.
Just and then like,
damn it, Ray.
That's the pizza.
Yeah, exactly.
That was him. And then one time we went, and it was at, where were we at? Were we at your house? Or we're at Greg's, and we went out and we got a bacon pizza.
Oh, gross.
It's a lot of stupid stories from our youth he was involved with. And yeah, we were at Founders Brewing Company several years ago, and he was there. A bunch of my I graduated with our mutual friend John, his sister, and her husband were there, and then this friend John and Ray was there, and we all hung out. We ended up hanging out with them. Then we went to another bar, and then we went to Denny's, and we stayed out like all night with those guys and had so much fun. And it's just shitty. And then of course it makes you think, like, maybe if you start to blame yourself and think, well, maybe if I would have been,
said something,
tried to reconnect more often, or this or that. But yeah, you can't like do that, because it's not like someone doesn't like overnight come to this. This has been a unfortunate descent over a period of time, and it finally got to that tipping point. So I just, we'll never know what horrible thing made him think this was the only answer. And I hate going doom and gloom in the podcast, but shit, man, it just fucking sucks. It sucks that that's what he did, and it really fucking sucks that he's no longer here. you know?
Can't argue with that.
I mean,
it's true.
Tree Lady. That was his the one Amazon character in Diablo, and I'll never forget, you know, a lot of the stuff we played. So
the bathtub story.
Oh my God, yes. It's just, man. So don't ever do that to the people that you care about. There's always another way. There's always another way. I guess that's what I'm gonna lead this on. Is that, Ray? I hope you found peace. I'm sorry it came this way, and I'm sorry we'll never get to talk again. But I hope you're in a better place now. It's shitty.
What more can you do?
I guess, you know. And do I, like, my question is, like, I feel like, do I reach out to John? You know, I don't. You know, we don't.
Well, yeah, for as much as
John and I were like fucking best friends, and then we had a stupid ass falling out when we were kids, and we never talked again. And it's so fucking stupid, you know.
Well, I was gonna say, as close as we were with him, they were neighbors, so he was there every day at his house. Yeah. So
I mean, John and I were best friends, and one time he wanted to have a LAN party, and then I was an ass, and because I didn't want to go over there, I campaigned against him having a LAN party at my house, and he felt betrayed to do that. I was like, nobody wanted to go over there.
We always went to his house.
And it was stupid, and we stopped talking for like 2 years because of that. And then after that, you know, the damage has been done, you know. It's fucking stupid. So you do stupid shit when you're young. So don't be a stupid ass. I'm an old man. Learn from my mistakes. Don't be a stupid ass and talk to people.
End up like Jason.
Yeah, don't end like me, a cold, broken husk. So
no wonder why you don't have any hair. You worry about these things.
That's why. So, man, it's shit. Shitty deal. It's a really shitty deal. So, I guess we're gonna try to carry on. It's not disrespect to Ray, but he would want us to do the things that we're passionate about, to do the things that we enjoy. And we have some around the web to get to. Mr. Dan Anthony. Dan, thank you for being you, Dan. I appreciate it. He DM'd Fluxtaposed, and he's helping out a friend at a panel at Magfest West. Ooh. In our honor, he's going to play a little Wolverine.
Boom, 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 boom.
And I was like, Dan, we don't deserve to have listeners as awesome as Dan. And we have some awesome listeners out there. Also, you know what? I didn't give thanks because, you know what? Graham, I want to say, sorry, let me take the praise away from Dan. I have to give a shout to Graham. G-Ham Ox, he's been on our show before. The cheeky Nando himself from the UK. Anytime that I have anything negative, he always says, hey, you can message me anytime you want. And I never fucking message him, so I'm an asshole. But he always reaches out every time. So, Graham, I really appreciate that. I don't know if you still listen to the show. I think you still do. This is your time if you do. Thank you, my friend. Anyway, back to Dan. Let's glorify Dan some more. Dan Anthony is an awesome listener, and this podcast does not deserve to have a listener as awesome as Dan. So anyone that has Dan Anthony as a listener, appreciate him, because Dan is a great guy. He's been with us since like day one. I don't know why he's still here, but damn it, if I don't love him, I respect him.
It's true.
And he bought a fucking t-shirt. He bought a fucking Fluxtaposed t-shirt. I mean,
he didn't just win it. He bought it with his own money.
And he wears it and takes a picture of it. I mean, hell of a guy, that Dan Anthony.
Spreading the love. Spreading the love, that man.
That's right. I love him. He gave us a tweet. Hashtag question for Fluxtaposed. What do you like to sneak into games, concerts, movies, showings, etc.? He linked us an article. Lucas, myself, maybe sometimes some beer, usually food or snacks because they're overpriced. He shared this article from Bleacher Report that states as follows. Braves fan arrested attempting to bring cocaine in a cowboy boot to SunTrust Park.
I hope he was wearing it and not just carrying around a cowboy boot. Das Boot!
This is from August 22nd. Dustin Luther Wilkes was arrested at SunTrust Park in Georgia last Wednesday after allegedly trying to bring cocaine into the stadium inside a cowboy-style boot for an MLB game between the Braves and the Mets. Rosie Mannins and the Marietta Daily Journal reported Thursday that Wilkes set off a metal detector while attempting to enter the park. A subsequent search reportedly led stadium security staff to discover a clear plastic baggie with a white powder substance suspected to be cocaine, which he twice attempted to conceal during the search. He was arrested and he's been charged with a single count of felony cocaine possession. He was released from custody on a $3,000 bond. The Braves scored a 6-4 victory over the Mets on the strength of a 5-run 7th inning. So there you go. I've never brought cocaine into a stadium. I can say that much.
Do you think that when they found the drug in the cowboy boot, they said, "There's a drug in that boot"?
Yes, I think they did say that.
Nice.
I absolutely did. 100%.
I've never really snuck anything into it. I mean, usually it'd be the movie theater, but I never understood people who smuggle in like pot. When I went to a few concerts, there would always be people smoking pot, and I'm just like, why wouldn't you just get high beforehand and then come in? Like, why do you have to smoke it in an indoor arena? Like, I don't understand that at all.
Because, man, it's the thrill of defying the law.
Yeah, that's called a panic attack for me, and anxiety. That sounds horrible. Or like there was this one person, we were watching Harry Potter, one of the Harry Potter movies, and this person was alone. Harry Potter! And she was alone, and she was sitting in the same row off to the side, and she kept pouring something into like a metal glass or something. There was some, when you hear metal, clinking, like what's going on. So she was pouring some sort of alcohol into a container and drinking it. And she was alone, and it just seemed like, and it was like 5 o'clock.
I'm sorry, every time you keep saying, I was alone, she was alone, I think of Seinfeld, and I know you guys talked about this on PSUG as well. Seinfeld reference, George Costanza, when he's like, my mom, she caught you, I was alone.
She was alone. She wasn't doing that, but she was drinking. And I'm just like, where are you having, like, is this a good time for you? I hope this is a good time, because if it's a sad time, then I feel bad.
One of the funnest times I had the movies, I think it was years ago, summer in between college. I think between freshman, it was between like sophomore and junior year. Mike Collins and I went and saw, it was sort of Batman Begins was in the theaters, and we brought in like snuck in a fifth of Castillo, and we were drinking that, and we just got hammered during that movie. It was really good.
Oh my gosh. The great thing about Mike Collins was he always had Powerade after he was like, drink this Powerade, you'll feel better.
We had the regimen after a night of drinking. You go to McDonald's the next day, you get a sausage McMuffin and some Powerade.
Yep.
You're gonna be good to go.
Mm-hmm.
God, it was nice to run into him this year too. Hadn't seen him in years, and that was a good time.
Always bringing it back to the sadness, man.
I know. I'll tell you what, get a bumper ready. We're going to do some What You Play.
No, okay, I got to get a bumper ready. Hold on.
Well, that's why I told you, get a bumper ready. We're going to do some What You Play.
Okay. What bumper do you want?
Here's a good one.
Ooh, a good one? That's hard.
And we don't have any of those.
Okay, here we go. I got one for you. This is a bumper. I'm going to say it's good.
Did you put the code in right?
I did, because it's the only way I can play the game.
Doesn't that new Contra game look like shit?
Yeah, but there's one that just came out called Chrome something. It's not Contra, but it's basically Contra, and it looks pretty good actually. Can't remember what it's called though.
We'll talk about games for a split second. There's all these rumors saying Tracer's going to be like the next Smash character, because now there's all this conspiracy about there was an Overwatch case for Switch. Now it's like Overwatch is coming to the Switch. Tracer's going to be in Smash.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, I don't.
How would that power work? The power to rewind? That doesn't make any sense. Shut up.
That would be fucking horrible. What do you like? Go to kick her off the edge? It's like, oh, rewind. I'm back on the stage.
They already have that power. It's called lag, connection lag.
That's true. No, that's called their matchmaking, right?
That's right. Oh.
I don't know. Like Overwatch on the Switch, that really doesn't. I mean, I already have I have fun. Like I've had a lot of fun with Paladins, and but like you and I could play Overwatch right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
I mean, I guess if there's cross-play and I could play with anyone else that has the console, like my brother plays it on PS4 a shit ton, and that'd be fun. But I mean,
I'm bad at Overwatch though.
So am I. Actually, I'm all right.
Tyler bought it for me, and I still don't play it because I'm bad.
I only like to play Reinhardt. That takes no skill. I just swing a hammer and I use a shield. Hammer down.
I'm bad with all of them.
That's true. Okay, Lucas.
Yeah.
I didn't watch a lot. I haven't done a lot.
I didn't either. I got sick and just went to bed.
I carried on my streak of not playing Fire Emblem or Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. Those are both going back to the library tomorrow. I've been in a weird.
We were gonna hook up on Friday, and you got tired, and I wasn't feeling well anyway.
Yeah.
So I was like,
I was just like,
God.
it was like the moment where I could, and I was just in the chair, and I was like, I'm just gonna go.
I'm just gonna melt into this furniture right now.
Well, here's the thing, man. Ever since I got this effing Fitbit, and it tells me how little I sleep, then I'm like,
it's a game.
Even
you
more
gamified
about
it.
Trying to get to sleep on time.
Yeah, no, I understand because I let myself down. I look at it and it's like I had a couple of stretches of 5 hours and 40 minutes or something. I'm just like,
and I don't know how
horrible.
it's probably not it's not completely accurate, but I mean still like I don't know how it like determines I'm really awake like an hour throughout the night. You know?
I am too. Well, actually, it's like an hour and a half because of like feeding the baby takes time. But I'm also
you have to get up. Yeah.
I would say the time of sleep and the time awake are extremely accurate. Actually, the only thing that I don't know how accurate it is the sleep waves, like the cycles going
the
cycles. Yeah,
REM to deep. Yeah. Well, so because of that, I didn't play really games. I did play a little bit of Smash Bros. Because I guess that's my comfort food. I finally watched Infinity War Endgame last week on Thursday. I mean, I'm not gonna really talk about it. It is a thing. I enjoyed it.
I have a question.
I will say, oh sure, you have a question.
Did you weep openly?
No.
Really?
No.
Maybe it was a different experience in the theater.
I mean, that's because I was too busy getting the laser beam eyes for my wife, because the whole time I'm very familiar with the comic storyline of the Civil War and that lead up, and not so much Infinity War, but I just, because of what's happened in the comics, I'm dead set. I'm like, because of what's in the comics, Captain America's going to sacrifice himself. He's going to die at some point. And I had my wife in this storyline. Then how things actually played out, that character who does die is her favorite character, and she was very upset with me. Very upset with me that that's who died, and she blamed me and took it out on me that he died.
You didn't write it.
Very upset.
That opening, though. The opening with the hot dogs.
That was good. I did have that inclination that the way Steve Rogers' storyline played out, I did have an inclination that was going to happen, but especially when he's when he's in the fight scene and he's like the ultimate Marvel character ever now, because he's the chosen one and he can wield all the things and do all the stuff, like, oh, he's going to die, So it's just interesting how that played out. And then it's just funny where we're at right now based on that movie, because, we have Peter Parker in such prominence, and now what? Spider-Man's gone.
So I was like, we don't want to do that.
It's so fucking stupid. Does Disney need any more money? I mean, really? Does Disney need more money?
They could just do it for free.
I mean, they're gonna. It's stupid that they couldn't reach an agreement, I think, and it's a shitty deal that the Marvel properties are splintered like that because of what happened when they were in bad times and they had to sell off licenses and things of that nature. But I really enjoyed it. I'm interested. I guess I'm really excited with everything that's coming to Disney Plus and be able to jump into all these series. And I mean, I don't know how you cannot want Disney Plus.
You know what interests me is the price point and the fact that they're bringing 4K, Atmos.
I knew that was going to get you.
4 screens. I pay $16 to Netflix to do that shit right now.
Just for you alone, you got the Disney movies for your kids. That's the selling point. But then you got all these shows coming now.
Dude, I was on Mandalorian.
I was on this, just for the Star Wars content, but these Marvel shows are looking really awesome too.
That is true.
Endgame, it was worth the wait. I can't believe I didn't get spoiled for me. I mean, I guess I did, because I saw. I'm gonna see spoilers for Endgame right now. I saw pictures or statues of Tony Stark with this Infinity Stone. So I knew at some point Tony Stark got the Infinity Stones. But. I mean, I'm glad I can watch it. I finally saw it because now I can unmute movie channels in my Discord servers. So, dude, Reno, going to pay $20 to Hulu because of the Disney Plus add-on? Yeah. I mean,
that's what we're doing. ESPN Plus as well.
Yeah.
Comes in there. Yep. We already pay for Hulu. I talked about how shitty Hulu is. The only problem is you can do ads only for that deal as well. So.
Holy shit! Speaking of Hulu, I totally forgot to mention the other movie we watched.
What?
It's on Hulu. We watched The Man Who Killed Hitler and Then Bigfoot.
Oh, yeah.
Sam Elliott. We watched it.
Yes. What did you think?
You see it?
No, I've thought about watching it because I've heard
first half is great. The second half kind of sucks.
I heard, here's what I heard about this. This is the only thing I've heard. I wanted to go in blind.
Horrible.
I've heard it's this weird mishmash blending of multiple genres throughout the film.
Yeah. Well, okay, so it kind of, it's set in like the 80s, I think, maybe the 70s, and then it does flashbacks of when he was in World War II, and it tells that storyline about how he kills Hitler. And then that's the first half, and then all of a sudden it jumps in that he's got to kill Bigfoot. So the stuff, the historical World War II stuff is really done really well, and it kind of reminds you almost like not like the over the top, but and violence of Inglourious Basterds, but just like that alternate reality style thing.
Right.
And it's very believable. It's done really well, and I really like Sam Elliott in that. But then the stuff with Bigfoot feels like a watch along Fluxtaposed movie. Like it's kind of that campy, and especially if you like the Bigfoot himself. It looks and then the ending, there's like this MacGuffin throughout the story, and then that I can't give it away because that would kind of ruin part of it.
Then I would have to watch it.
You should watch it. Like it was all right, but for the most part, you kind of felt like I kind of wasted an hour and a half. I know Jess was like, "We watched that."
Ooh,
kind of poo poo. Anywho, my feature thing though is also on Netflix. Just released. It's called American Factory. It's like a really hyped up documentary. How good it is! It tells the story in 2008, I think. I think it's in Dayton, Ohio. This large GM plant shut down. There's a Chinese company came in, Fuyao Glass. They're a huge auto glass manufacturer. We ship for General Motors. We've actually shipped some shipments through there. They came in, rebuilt the factory, and opened the factory here in America, and it tells the story about that, and it's very interesting, like the culture clash, and you've got this Chinese company running the factory, what they think of American employees, and then just the culture shock and the difference of how the factories are run in China versus here, how much harder the employees work for less pay, just the culture and how everything's different. Like you see this stark contrast between this working class America and kind of, they don't give a shit about the company because they're just there for a job and they're getting paid shit and their conditions are hard. So they don't care about like their employer so much. While in China, it's almost everything is like this militaristic approach. We have to work hard, do our best, all this stuff. Very, especially anyone in business. It was very interesting to watch, and then just the plight of these people and like those working class areas, and to deal, it also kind of deals with the threat of technology and automation and just how many people are going to be displaced and over the next coming years due to automation, and how this huge percentage of workforces that are going to have to be educated or trained or move into completely different areas because automation is going to completely leave them without jobs. Because robots are going to be able to do it safer, faster, and more efficiently than a human ever will be able to.
Damn.
It's a really good watch. I think it's like an hour 45 minutes or so.
Not bad.
It's really good. American Factory. I recommend it.
Nice. I probably will give that a watch then.
Yeah, you should.
As for me, I haven't gotten through as much as I normally talk about on the show, mostly due to being sick. But I did watch one that I've been meaning to watch this movie for a while because once I heard it was kind of a inspiration for GTA San Andreas, I was kind of like, oh, I wouldn't mind checking this out. And it's from that period of my life when I was kind of too young to watch these types of movies, so I kind of missed the boat on that one. Boys in the Hood. Now this movie, I didn't really know a lot about it other than who was in it. Let's see, it's got oh boy.
Oh gosh, Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yeah, but who? Yes, and Dr. Dre, or no, not Dr.
No, Ice Cube.
Ice Cube. Sorry, I get because Ice-T is in
Law and Order.
Yeah, Law and Order. So I don't want to confuse everybody here, but yes, those two gentlemen. And yeah, it's kind of a weird like coming of age story for the African American people, I suppose, right?
What do you mean, people? What do you mean, you people?
Well, I mean, I was gonna say there aren't any white people in it that I can remember.
I've never seen this, but I feel like it's like one of those.
I was gonna ask you that.
Pinnacle films of the time period.
Yes, it was. It was really. I mean, I talked to. I mentioned something. What I'm going to mention here I had posted something because in the movies and TV channel in the Discord for PSVG, I will often say what I'm watching in there because there's just more ears there than in our television and movie channel, and nobody really said anything. But then somebody who actually lives in California was like, "It's not really like that." But I did find it interesting to watch anyways because even though
you're doing things wrong in PSVG, you got to shout into the void and then wait for someone to post the link over top of you, or then derail your conversation with something else loud.
That's exactly what happens every time I post something. Yeah. Unless I tag somebody, then they'll actually respond. But like I posted something I was watching. I'm trying to get through it right now, but it's a 3.5 hour movie called Seven Samurai. And so like this whole conversation went by for like 3 hours of the day. And then Tiger Shark comes in and says, "Yeah, I haven't seen that in a really long time. I should try watching it again too." And I'm just like, you actually scrolled through all of this? Nobody ever looks back.
Can we just say how impressive it fucking is that he plays No Man's Sky on his phone?
Oh my gosh. I don't even
know how you control that.
I don't know either.
I don't think he listens to Fluxtaposed, so you just have to give him my praise.
But... I will. He got mad when I said that he likes crappy mech games or whatever on PSVG.
So that means he's going to have to buy Daemon Ex Machina?
Yeah, that was basically what it came down to.
I am going to buy that, by the way.
Are you really?
I can't not. It's a mech game.
It's true. What was the other one? The one that shut down?
Mission 3?
No, the one that shut down.
Oh God! What the
all I can think is Heavy Gear because Tiger Shark talks about it all the
time. Hawken.
Good.
That was a great game, though.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good, especially for free to play.
The comic book was good too. Supposedly there was a movie, but not anymore.
Probably not. Well, there was a Halo movie at some point too, and that's.
Can I keep interrupting you?
Yeah, you can if you want. Well, I can keep
going. There's a Halo TV series though.
That's true. Probably on Disney Plus. I can keep going on tangents too if I want.
All right, let's just keep doing one-offs of each thing.
Okay.
What we can do.
I don't want to do that.
I can dance.
If you want to.
I can play with this mixer.
But can you stream on Mixer though?
I thought about it, but then all the kids are doing that right now, and I don't want to be like all the sheeple and just go to Mixer because
you need to go to some shitty place where no one's gonna watch. Well,
if I want to stream somewhere where no one's gonna watch me, I can just do that at Twitch.tv.
Or YouTube.
I don't need to go to Mixer to do that.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Anyways, so my whole point was that even though I know that California is not really like this, it's still, it's an exaggerated vision of California and LA. It still, holds some weight as far as what people are thinking of this time in this period of the 90s and the gangster rap culture and everything. And it is, like, as a white dude, it's interesting to see into that window even a little bit, even if it has the Hollywood glitz. Well, I don't want to say Hollywood. I don't know if this is a Hollywood movie, but a movie-esque, a film version of this. Because, like, dude, it looks tough. To live in the hood as they describe it. Boys in the hood.
I mean, look, you grew up in rural white
Midwestern.
America. Yeah. Even though you still had white privilege. I hate to coin it, but we did. We're white, so we automatically have privilege.
Just because you don't know you have it doesn't mean you don't have it.
We were sheltered and you had opportunity. It's yeah.
Yeah, it is a completely different world, and it's hard to put yourself in that mindset.
I'm sorry. I have to read it. Deuterino comes in. One can only hope that Danny DeVito or Nick Cage play Master Chief. Oh, I don't know who I'd like to see better.
Danny DeVito has the stature, but Nick Cage...
He's got the intensity.
He does. In the faces. He makes such great faces. He just has to be who he was in Mandy, basically. Just stare at the camera with blood all over his face. Yeah, exactly like that. Wow, are you Nick Cage?
Yeah.
That was acting. Top-notch acting, Gary.
I will take all donations at patreon.com/Fluxtaposed for that.
Are you like a street performer?
Yeah. Error.
Anyways, so my whole point on this whole thing was basically that it was a good movie. I gave it like a 4.5 out of 5 or something. I don't even remember.
A 4.
I just want to be done with it now because I had like 2 things to say about it and it's turned into 20 minutes.
Well, it doesn't help that I'm in. Every time you try to say anything, I'm coming, hey, let's talk.
I don't have any control over that. It's because you had that little brewski right there, and that's what we call it.
I'm not even halfway through it yet.
We call it the talking juice.
I mean, at 12%, it is.
Oh damn! I was wondering what it was.
What it would be.
Nice. I was wondering what the percentage would be on that.
11.9.
It's a brown ale, right? And typically
Imperial
those
brown ale.
Right, but
bourbon barrel.
I would have guessed like 9 or 8.
Your favorite, Lucas, bourbon
barrels. The bourbon barrels.
Bourbon.
Anyway, yeah, Boys in the Hood is good. Now shut up for a second, please.
Okay.
Shoplifters. I've been wanting to watch this movie for a long time. I heard a film person talking about this movie and how great it is, and I was like, all right, let's see this. I don't know. I have this weird affinity for Japanese movies, not because I want to be a part of their culture, but because their movies are so different.
You're a fucking weeb.
No, I'm not. But their culture is really different, and it's kind of refreshing to see something like that where it's not really something you're going to see in America. Like the probably the closest thing I could think of is maybe like Little Miss Sunshine or something like that, a movie of that type, so like an indie. But I'm gonna take a drink.
Oh, great! Let's talk about something, and then you just.
I'm sorry. Every time I start, I'm probably not gonna have a voice tomorrow because I'm doing this damn show. So shoplifters, shut up, Deuterino. I'm not a weeb. At least it's not a Japanese anime.
I don't know. You've been watching a lot of those samurai flicks too.
From the 50s, yeah. Those are good too. Well. Shut up. We're going to talk about that next week when I finish the damn movie. So this is directed by Hirokazu Kurita and also written. And he does... Thank you. He does probably very, very stereotypical and not at all PC, but what are you going to do? He directed and wrote this.
He directed and rated it.
And he... What the hell?
Who's having the talking juice? Me or you? Did you watch this dubbed or subtitled?
I'm hearing my baby girl crying in the background.
Uh-oh.
I better check my messages. It's subtitled. I don't think I had a choice.
This is not good.
No, we're having another... Okay. All right. I got to be almost done. So...
Well, yeah, we're all done.
Yeah, we're basically done. So, no, this was a family movie about a group of people who are shoplifters. A father, a mother, probably like a 10 or 12-year-old, and they also end up sort of adopting this younger, like 5-year-old girl. And it was a really heartwarming and interesting movie about these people who you kind of already think you know how their family unit work. Yeah. And the more you watch, the more you find out that it's not the way that things appear. It's a very character-driven movie. And the story opens itself up very interestingly. So you kind of learn about these people in the first half and the way they are now, and then you kind of find out about who they were and why they are the way that they are now. And I mean, I could really just say anybody could really watch this as long as you can get around watching subtitles. This is a really good movie. Like, I give it a 5 out of 5. I'd buy it if I could.
Nice.
Now, I had to watch it on DVD because apparently Magnolia, which does a lot of these Japanese movies, like imports them to America, won't put them on Blu-ray. Like, I guess there's no market for them to do that. So it's very annoying. But it actually didn't bother me that much here. Especially with a movie like this where there's not a lot of action. It's just kind of a drama.
Some of us aren't on that picture quality high horse because we can't afford a good TV. So I can handle a DVD.
You can. I mean, a Blu-ray will play on a 1080p TV. You don't have to have 4K.
Because I have a Blu-ray. Yeah. I got a Blu-ray.
But you don't rent them. You told me you ain't gonna pay the extra $1.
Sometimes I want to save a fucking $1. All right.
Jeez, what are you gonna buy? Another car part?
I'm going to buy a freaking spicy chicken sandwich.
Ooh. I don't like spice, but I do like a chicken sandwich.
So, it's good. We should watch it.
It is good. You should watch it. I think Jessica would like it. I mean, you got to give it a second. It's not slow because it's interesting, or at least it was interesting to me. But like the story, you don't really know where it's going until you watch it for a little while.
All right, I'll bite.
But I don't know where you're gonna get it. That's the only problem. I think it's on
Dude, comment of the century. You can do a lot with $1, like donating to the Flux Patreon.
That's true.
Amen.
That's true. I think it is streaming on Hoopla, actually.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Or at least it was last I checked.
I'll check that out.
Their streaming platform sucks balls, though.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it's like 480p or something.
I don't give a shit.
You will when you see it, or at least it was. I watched Greasy Strangler on there.
I sometimes watch movies on my phone.
Oh, okay, you won't give a shit then. Although 480p on there wouldn't look as bad, probably.
Okay, I watch stuff on my Switch screen. How about that? Then you don't care.
You don't watch Netflix because they won't bring it to fucking. I don't understand
that. Adventure Time still.
Ooh, nice.
Well,
that's it. That's everything.
Is that it?
Other than, like I said, I'm working on that other movie.
Are you going to be able to play us out with music, or do you have to get out of here?
I'll play us out with music really quick.
Okay. Well, guys, again, hear our words. Take our advice. If you are ever feeling in a tough spot or feeling like there's no end in sight, or you just need to reach out for someone to listen, talk to us. We are always there. Seriously, don't do what things that you're thinking of. There's always someone out there that cares, no matter what you think. Thank you to everyone that listens to the show. Thank you to everyone watching the show. Thank you to all of our patrons, but special thanks to our Arbiters of Awesomeness, Josh Brown, Kyle Heyman, Tyler Ryland, Tom Servo, our Executors of Excellence, Edward Callow, Sean Capri, and Bow Before the Crusaders of the Legion, Dan Anthony, and Devin Tyus. We thank you all for your support. If you want to join the Flux Legion on Patreon, please check out patreon.com/Fluxtaposed. Playing us out tonight from Overclock Remix, ocremix.org is Mega Man 3 Rock the Masters. This is by B Soul Maz 13. It's the stage select theme from Mega Man 3. Of course, released by Capcom 1990 on the Nintendo Entertainment System. It's EDM, it's energetic, it's chiptune. I hope you like it. Thank you guys for listening. Have a great Memorial Day weekend for those of you here in the States.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, excuse me, Labor Day weekend. Not Memorial Day, Labor Day weekend. And we will see you in a week. Goodbye. Seth Rogen. That was